Good morning. Real quick, I wanted to show you how to attract hummingbirds. And that would be to plant any kinds of flowers that have this trumpet shape. So the long, narrow flowers with the deep, deep centers are good for hummingbirds. They have long tongues. They roll them out and they get the nectar from inside of the flowers. So when you want hummingbirds, you want the long, narrow types of flowers. This one in particular is from a trumpet vine. I'll show you a trumpet vine. You have to be cautious if you plant one of these because they can spread. I'm not going to say they're invasive. Some people might say they're invasive, but they can spread pretty easily because they grow very vigorously. So I'm going to show you this. So this is a trumpet vine, and imagine these flowers, each flower is going to be visited by a hummingbird. So they come up and they visit, they come up and they visit, they come up and they visit, and they do this every single day. Every day. So you're going to want the long, narrow types of flowers. This is trumpet vine. It's very vigorous. You can grow them on trellises, but be prepared because they probably will come out of the trellis and start climbing. So you don't want to plant them. This is the third year this has been here. So the perennials, they sleep the first year, they creep the second year, and they leap the third year. This is the third year. So I did plant them on this side of the post on a trellis, and they were just not doing too much. But now they have spread and grown vigorously, and eventually they will probably climb this whole pole. They did not flower much over here because they didn't have very much sun, but over here they're starting to flower. You can see there's some of the buds right there, and they're starting to flower. So eventually this whole post will end up with flowering, narrow flowers of the trumpet vine that the hummingbirds love. This is the shape they love, so remember that. But you do have to keep in mind, if you plant this one in particular, it is very vigorous and it does like to spread by root and by seed. So the vine, I have a couple that have spread over here. I'm going to try and pull them up. Oh, I can see them right there. Okay. There's some back here that have grown. Those are new plants. I need to take them out, eradicate them, and I probably will end up putting a like a metal underground, like an edging, lawn edging, to make sure they stay only in this particular area. But if you want to attract the hummingbirds, these are the kinds of flowers that you want to grow. Let me show you another type. This is my messy back here, but that's okay. There are spider webs, because if you want to attract hummingbirds, they make their nests with spider web. And they also like to eat insects, small insects, but particularly the spider webs and moss is what they make their nests from. If you don't believe me, look it up. So I do like to leave a little bit of a pile that we don't see much of. And it's not really seen by the street either. But I do like to leave this kind of pile to encourage the insects to come, for the birds, and for the spiders that come after the insects come, because I want to attract hummingbirds. Let me show you. This one has rose campion. It has a small circle there. It's got a very small circle in the middle of it. I have seen them come to these, but they don't stay very long because there's not much nectar for them. This is a pineapple sage, and it is known as an annual plant. But it also, toward the fall, will end up with bright red flowers that attract the hummingbirds as well. So red will attract the hummingbirds, and they do like hummingbird or pineapple sage. This one came back all by itself. It just reseeded or something. It must like it here. Or winter was probably very mild. So that pineapple sage will attract hummingbirds. Oh yeah, I'll show you over here. Buddleia, butterfly bush, it will attract hummingbirds. And they will flit from little flower to little flower to little flower. These are the tiniest little, see, these are trumpet shaped, but they're a lot smaller than like the hummingbird or the hummingbird vine. They're a lot smaller, but they are trumpet shaped, and there's multiples. So if you were to watch a hummingbird come to this plant, they will literally go to every single flower that they can get to, and they're very methodical. They make their way all up and down the buds, the flower buds, to get the nectar. So that is one that they are attracted to, is Buddleia. Some people don't like to plant Buddleia, which is also known as butterfly bush, because they say it spreads, and it can self-seed, but you also could just cut off the buds, like the branches, after they're done flowering, because right now they're trying to make seeds. You could snip that off, and then you get more energy to the other flowers that are coming up. See, there's lots and lots of buds. So if that's a plant that you want to plant to attract butterflies, it definitely works. Tubular flowers, multiples. It's a good one for butterflies. Not butterflies, for hummingbirds. Goodness gracious. Good one for hummingbirds. Hummingbirds. It's good for butterflies too, but it's particularly if you're looking for hummingbirds. This is a great one to plant. Hummingbirds. Tan. Focus. Trying to think of what else. Oh, here we go. Here's our stand up front by the house of Jacob Klein bee balm. These are long tubular flowers. Let's see if I can find one. There you go. Long tubular flowers. Let's see if you can get that. There we go. And the hummingbird actually comes up through here to get the nectar. And they are very methodical with these as well. They'll go all the way around the plant. And just like with the butterfly bush, the Buddleia, if you snip off the spent blooms, you're going to get new ones. New ones will come out of there. And then they'll keep coming back. And you can see these little tiny tubes also of the bee balm, Jacob Klein bee balm. And that's basically where their nectar is. So these flowers attach, the flowers attach to the tubes. The tubes provide the nectar. The hummingbirds come into here and they eat the nectar. And again, they do this daily. This is our living room, and we actually can see them come to these flowers every single day, and they go all the way around. So that's another plant that you can plant for attracting hummingbirds. And I have a large stand over there. The tubular flowers. They're red. They do like red. They'll come to bright colors. I've also seen them come to blue and purple, salvia, as long as the flowers are a tubular shape. As long as they're a tubular shape. And you can see there's quite a few that they can just carousel right around. The only caution I have with these particular bee balm is that the leaves are a little bit silvery gray green, and the red is a very, very bright red, like salvia red, like the annual. So when you're doing your color scheme, just keep that in mind, that you don't plant things that clash with it. Now we still have some, we do have some bee balm way in the back, the native bee balm, the purple, light purple. that also has tubular flowers on it. So they will come to that. So bees will come to it, but so will hummingbirds. Alright, that is that. So those are just a few plants that you can use to attract your hummingbirds to your yard. I have seen them come to like cucumber flowers, because there's a little bit of a divot there. But again, they don't get too much nectar that way. And then this is salvia that I mentioned. This is the annual salvia. And you can see the clear tubular shape. Tubular, dude. Clear tubular shape. And there's multiples. So like I said, they're going to come to every single nectar opportunity that they can reach. I've got some way in the back too. And I don't even need to have hummingbird feeders out anymore, because the nectar plants are in bloom. And they can get plenty of nectar without me supplementing with sugar water. Oh, here we go. Here's that bee balm I was showing you. This is a different variety. And the flowers are very small. But again, tubular shape. Get off me, mosquito. Oops. So make sure you can see those. Tubular shape. Well, that is the key to attracting hummingbirds to your yard. Even if you had a stand of just one flower, like you picked a color and you just love it, and you just put one stand, maybe 3 to 5 of those plants, they're going to come to your yard. But you can increase your chances of them coming to your yard by planting near shrubs and cover. Because they can stay in the shrubbery and then pop down and get their nectar and then return up to the shrubbery. So I have these over here near, there's actually a little tree there, a heritage river birch tree, and they can come down there. We also have this one. We see them coming and going from this Norway maple all the time. And they come right on down here to our front window and go back up. Or they come right on over here, and then we have bird feeders, or bird baths as well. And I think, yeah, here's a good bird bath for them. Ignore the weed. There's a rock there, so they can rest on the rock and they can get to the water easier that way. So can bees and butterflies and wasps and, you know, the good stuff, all that good stuff. And I don't remember if I thought I put rocks in this one too. Yeah, there's some rocks. I probably could clean it out before the rain comes. Yeah, I'll clean it out and level it before the rain comes, and I'll put a couple more. I'll put a couple bigger rocks in there too. And they can just, again, rest right on the edges and get their drinks. So, all right. So that's basically all I got for you today about how to attract hummingbirds. And like I said, I don't have to then keep changing nectar water feeders. Oh, and I also do have a water fountain for them, solar power water fountain for them, because they're attracted to moving water. That's another feature you can add to attract them to your yard. Okay, that's all I got. Hubby's doing the mowing. There it goes. All right, so attract them to your yard. Think trumpet shaped. This is called trumpet vine. Attract them to your yard. Trumpet vine. Hummingbirds, we have food. Trumpet vine. Trumpet shapes. Bye.